I can sit here and be like, I am so excited, but truly, you guys, truly, even though I am, nobody is more excited about this video than you guys. I think Fenty Beauty is by far, you know what, I don't even think, I'm pretty HIV positive that this is the most requested brand on my channel. You guys have been like grilling me, please review Fenty. Like, it's not expensive, but I also get why you guys want me to review, because it is expensive and you guys want to know if it's worth it or not. So I totally get it, and I'm actually really excited to be able to review this. Full disclaimer, I have never tried anything from Fenty ever in my life. I have worked with the foundation a couple of times. Have I ever tried the foundation on my skin? However, no. So the first original one I don't have an opinion on because I haven't tried it, but we're not reviewing the old one. We are reviewing the brand spanking new one. This is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Pro Filtr Hydrating Longwear Foundation. We're gonna try it today, and I did pick up the primer and the eyebrow pencil, so we're gonna be reviewing a couple of things. We're gonna keep it pretty Fenty, because sticks and stones might break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. That lyric has been stuck in my head for a cute minute. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with primer. For primer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Mattifying Primer. That's typically a rule of thumb I have here on my channel. If I use a hydrating foundation, I have to use a mattifying primer. If I use a hydrating primer, I try to work with a more mattifying foundation just because I have combo skin. But honestly, you guys, lately, my skin has been extra dry. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of it. But for those of you guys wondering, there is a hydrating primer. So if you guys like more of a hydrating property, if you guys are super dry, she has developed options, which is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this guy though. This is $32. $32 for a primer. Good lord. Also, fun fact, the Pro Filtr Mattifying Foundation by Rihanna, that bitch has like 13,000 reviews. What? I said the same thing, fam. Sticks and stones may break your bones, Rihanna, but you know what else excites me? Paying my car payment. That's a good one. All right, so the foundation primer feels super good, but I wonder if there's any silicone in this. I'm positive there is. That's in French. Water is the first ingredient. Dimethicone, silicone, is the second ingredient. So she's definitely a silicone-based primer. I'm not crazy about that, guys. I'm not. We'll have to make it work. Moving on to the foundation. The packaging is the titties. Even though I have oily skin, like I said, I have really high hopes for this foundation. I got mine in the shade 260, by the way, and I also got mine online. Should I have gone into the store to get shade matched? Yeah, but did I? Fenty Beauty foundation. Does it come with a pump? Oh yes, she does. I love it. Okay, so this says hydrating longwear foundation. Massage well if needed. Pump and squeeze tubes simultaneously to release. What, Riri? You're gonna drop all these bars and not drop an album? $35. She comes in, I believe, 40 different skin shades. No, 49. Holy F. You couldn't complete the whole 50? Just like you haven't completed a new album? I'm not dropping that, you guys. I'm not dropping it. I've been waiting for a new album since she dropped the last one. Since she dropped that gem on us. I'm ready. And she is rated 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to go ahead and apply mine as always with a damp beauty sponge. Oh, I didn't set my setting spray. Who do I think I am? Kind of want to read these reviews while homegirl kind of sets a little bit. 480 reviews. Damn. Great for combo skin too. I mean, do you really have to know that she did it again? I guess. This is looking kind of pink. Here we go. Okay, coverage. Okay. Chill. Honestly, like I said, I haven't tried the original one, so I really can't say if she did it again, but I can say so far she did it right now. I mean, I could see the hydrating kind of luminosity properties to it, but the coverage is really pretty. It's very natural and it's not extremely luminous. And I actually didn't do too bad on the shade, guys. Like, the shade isn't half bad at all. It is a little pink, which I'm kind of like, sun. So this is what one side looks like with just one layer of foundation, and then this is what the other side looks like. I really do not feel the need to build it up, guys, because this coverage is perfect, like literally perfect. Pump more. and you'll be full coverage la casita. Like, this is nuts. Honestly, if you were to use a brush with this and not a sponge, you would probably get pretty damn close to full coverage, because a sponge, remember, it kind of shears out any foundation, no matter what foundation it is. A sponge is a sponge is a sponge is a sponge, and it will kind of shear out any foundation. But this is not bad. Why do I feel like this is almost mattifying a little bit? I swear to God, it feels pretty mattifying. It's the primer. It's probably the primer that's making it a little bit more mattifying. I'm gonna add a little bit more coverage, again, just to see if it built up, for the sake of you guys at home wondering, hey, does this little sweetie bear build up? I will check. She does. She definitely does. All right, Rihanna, so this is how we're looking. Bad girl Riri did the damn thing. I actually really like how this is coming out, and like I said, you guys, I'm not crazy about like hydrating foundation. Typically that would scare the oils out of me. This is not bad. It worked in my favor. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the foundation kind of sit and kind of be for a little bit while I move on to brows, since we are still gonna try the Fenty brow pencil. I was gonna dedicate a whole video to that, but I feel like I just did a brow video, and I don't know how like into brows you guys are, so we're just gonna squeeze it right on in with this one, and we are going to test out the brand new Fenty Beauty brow ultra fine brow pencil and styler. I got mine in the shade medium brown. This was $20 if I'm not mistaken, which is not too bad for a brow pencil. I feel like for a brow pencil, any double digits you get into, it's kind of expensive, because there's so many like good options at the drugstore for under 10 bucks, I promise you. But I mean, if you guys are big fans of Rihanna, if you guys are collectors of makeup, if you guys just love the bougie little moments, and you guys just truly want to see if it's worth it at the end of the day, I got you. That's why I'm here, and that's what we're gonna discuss. She doesn't have like a spoolie. It comes with the brush. I mean, they work. In my opinion, there's nothing like a spoolie though, but Rihanna's not gonna do anything Rihanna doesn't want to do at the end of the day. And if Rihanna really didn't want to add your basic spoolie, then she's not gonna add your basic spoolie. That's just what's not gonna happen. Like another album, apparently. Pretty sure she's actually dropping a new album in December, like her and Adele, which, I mean, I think we went through Hot Girl Summer, we're gonna go through Fly Girl Fall, and then we're gonna get into Hot Mess December with our emotions. Thank you, Adele and Rihanna. It's been a while since I've tried like a thin brush. I'm used to like the thicker pencils, so honestly, like using a precise little brow pencil, it's kind of weird, but she is working. She is working. That is a cute brow, and that took like no time at all too. Okay, all right. The shape is a little awkward on holding the pencil, but it also kind of works. All right, kind of messed up on my brow a little bit. We're gonna try and fix that. As for the foundation, I can kind of see like where it's getting its hydrating properties. I feel like it's not really setting, and I need to set it or it's gonna move. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those foundations where like it needs to be set. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Concealer, all that stuff, and then we will check back and see how everything's going. But so far, first impressions, I'm not upset with it. It's not as terrifying as I thought it was going to be, given that it is a hydrating foundation and I do have oily skin. So makeup is done, foundation has set, primer, brows, all that. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the Venti Primer, I honestly, guys, it's gonna take a couple of wears for me to really give you guys something. I can say that it's a primer. She was tacky, she was slick, all that dimethicone in it, you guys. I am just not the biggest fan of dimethicone, and all that dimethicone on my skin, honestly, like, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I mean, it's one of these, you know what I'm saying? The brow pencil, however, again, if you're willing to spend the $20, this isn't the most wowing brow pencil ever. Would I repurchase this brow pencil? No. There was really nothing special about it. The brush, like I said, I'm just used to a spoolie. I'm just being Matt H. Do I think it's a bad product? No. I just know there's better, and I'd rather invest my money in better. The foundation, I like this. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is actually a really nice foundation. Properly primed, properly set. I think if you're oily skin like me, I think if you have a method to your madness and you learn to work with this foundation, you can make it work. I have been wearing this foundation now for about 2 hours. It hasn't broken up on me. It hasn't moved, shifted. I will say it did have to be set. It stayed kind of slick for a minute, and it was one of those foundations that like you have to set it. But then again, I kind of expected that because it's a hydrating foundation. It's going to be more dewy and slick looking than not. The pros, I like the coverage. I like the way it looks. I like the finish. Cons, she's expensive. She's Fenty. Not incredibly blurring. It has to be set. And I think you kind of got to move with it a little quickly just so it doesn't move around and slip about as much. But that's really the only con, or really the only cons, I guess I should say. Am I going to return this? Probably not. I'm probably still going to use it, honestly, because I've been looking for a good hydrating foundation, one that has like good coverage, and I think I found it in this one. Plus the winter months are coming, the dry months are coming, and I feel like I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. So thanks for dropping these gems on us, Riri. Now please drop an album.